Hello French frill lovers, Erin again. I promised you I would make a pom-pom hat tutorial of how I've been making them without a pattern. So of course you'll want to do your design first. Since this one has 3D parts, I just left that part off because the pom-pom will probably give it enough that you wouldn't need the ears. If you're doing a design that has the flat on the bottom, you'll probably want it a little bit closer to the edge. You'll want to cut your piece. For a child size hat, I've been doing 21 across and 13 high. And then the first step is just make sure that it's lined up. Oh, and on the other side I've been using a cotton lycra just because my kids complain that the fleece gets itchy, so the cotton lycra will be against their head. So the first step is to serge or stretch stitch across this bottom edge. And remember, if you have a flat design, you'll want it close to that design. And you have to make sure you either serge or use a stretch stitch. Otherwise, you know, when it stretches on the kid's head, it'll pull this, if you do like a straight stitch or something. Let me finish that and I will be right back. So now it's serged across the bottom. What you'll want to do is open it up, and then you're going to want to flip it, making sure that the right sides are together still. Line up this seam here so that they line up, and then stitch across this edge. Let me do that and I'll be right back. So now that seam is serged or stitched with a straight stretch stitch. Next step is to flip it so the knit or whatever you're using for the inside is flipped on the inside, and then you're going to want to make sure that your top is trimmed. And of course now I can't find my scissors. Oh, here they are. So I'm going to trim this so it's all even. And then your next step is going to be to cut the fringe. So make sure you're catching both layers. I usually trim mine about, I don't know, I guess is that about 3 to 4 inches. And you're just going to want to do that all the way around. But make sure when you get to this part back here where your seam is, to cut on either side of that. Don't cut into your seam. So let me finish my fringe and I'll be right back. So my fringe is all cut, and the next step is going to be to gather it up and just tie it with whatever you want to use. A pretty tough ribbon. I've been using fold over elastic. Yeah, so just use whatever you want to use, but it needs to be pretty tight to make a tight knot because you don't want it falling apart. And then I just use fold over elastic, like I said, and then I just make sure that it's a color that's in the fringe so then it kind of just blends in. So I'll do that and I will show you the finished product. And there's the finished product. Hope this helps. Bye.